All right, what's cracking, y'all? Hope y'all are doing well. So let me get right to it, right? So in this video, I'm just gonna go over why I don't like performative rappers, right? Now let's get straight into it. All right, so what would I classify as a performative rapper? Just a fine-tuned definition, right? And I think this is something that I might even edit further down the road as I kind of learn how to explain these things better. So I personally think a performative rapper or even an artist within hip hop is a so-called artist who they essentially design their product around hearsay or aesthetic. And now that's a problem. And I'm not saying that aesthetic isn't a major part of art, but what are you really trying to tell us? What is your real message? What happens is some of these guys start out with messages, but what happens is they get sort of industry, ironically, and then these be the same cats that'll come out and be anti-industry. Now, I already spoke about in my last video. I spoke about Tyler the Creator. My first video was about Kendrick, but those guys are at like the high level, so they have a lot of cosigns and support from like the masses at this point, right? But let me just give you a couple examples. Examples of some artists that are a little bit like they have less followings. They're a little, Spotify babies, right? Streaming artists and shit like that. So, you got artists like No Name, right? You got artists like Corday, and then there's this rapper named Mick Jenkins. So, like an artist like No Name, right? And we're just gonna breeze through this, right, for sake of time. No Name is very particular because she's this kind of like neo soulish, but like semi rapper, tone deaf rapper, female, right? Excuse me, like lady, right? And she's known for being in controversial dialogue, and she'll criticize J. Cole for his the way that she. It's funny because she don't like how he performed, but she performed in a way that she believes is right. But they're both performative as fuck. You feel me? Like it's so funny. But No Name is an artist who I know from the last time I heard of her. She was tripping on her white fans. She was complaining that the majority of her concert goers are white fans. And I'm just like, well, and shout out to Tochi because I seen one of his videos recently where he mentioned that um white consumerism, bro, like not word for word, but I'm just paraphrasing, white consumerism, bro, that swallows black consumerism because we're only a certain percentage of the population out here. So the way I'm looking at it like is, dude, you made your bed, now you got to lie in that joint because the art that you made, and you know it to some degree, that's art house shit, bro. Those are gonna be the guys that show up, them white folks, and no disrespect to white people, but this is capitalism essentially. It's gonna be them white folks with them hipster glasses, the hipster glasses with the high waters. Now, if y'all don't know what high waters is, maybe this is East Coast slang, right? That's just like where your socks are showing. You got the little Doc Martin boots. Them little white folks in Brooklyn, right? That's gonna be your demographic. You get what you get. And if I'm her, I'm like, bro, like, I appreciate y'all for showing out because ultimately, no matter what race you are, y'all are my fan base. But that's the kind of performative artist. She crafted this image. She wanted to be somewhat of a savior to black people, but then it's like, nah, we kind of like we fuck with other shit sometimes, like, but you do you, but don't get upset when your shit's not mirrored the way that you want. But they're gonna be complaining for nothing, right? Now you got Corday. I'm sorry, this YBN thing, and for those of y'all that don't know, YBN was a crew that actually met on the game. They met on Grand Theft Auto, right? Now, it was my YBN Corday, YBN Amir, and YBN Almighty J. I'm sorry, bro. I think Namir, they're all kind of trash, but I think Namir is the hardest one out of all of them, right? Because at least with Namir, it's like, okay, you're not really from the street, but then the music, it makes you want to move. Like, the music's fire. Like, if y'all want, y'all can look up YB and Namir rubbing off the paint. That's his best song. I'll try to leave a link down in the description below. That's like his breakout hit, and it's better than anything anybody in the YBN camp ever made. No, Almighty J is second best. Corday is third, and I'm gonna tell you why Corday is third. And the narrative that the industry made, oh my God, this is one of the most brutal campaigns of favoritism and narrative construction that I've seen. They tried to craft him as a brainchild of J. Cole. Oh, he's gonna be the one from YBN. Oh, like, you know how it is. He's gonna be the one that's not, like, he's not a nigger. He's gonna be the one out of the trio that's conscious, and we love him. They had him up there on the BET Awards or something. I know it wasn't the Grammys, maybe it was. And he had a whole church choir. When I seen that, I said, we've seen this so many times. We're tired of this. Are you serious? YBN Namir wasn't street. But at least with him, he's making music, like he's making that music that's like, this shit is hard. You feel me? And that flow he had in that, he had a little pocket. Now he fell off, right? But it's like, I like music that's like that. Like, you feel me? And I'm not saying that you can't listen to like traditional lyricism, but them niggas, dudes like Cordae, bro, you can't tell me he's not sitting in rooms with the long table with the industry guys that's like, hey, we want you to go this direction because we know you're the chosen one. And he's going to sit there and be like, oh, you know, I always thought that I was the chosen one. And then he went and dropped YBN from his name. You think he was the one that decided that? The industry decided that. So he's somebody who, on some Black Mirror shit, right? He's somebody who the industry's going to be like, you're the one. And then he flopped. He came out with an album that, you know, they botted that shit. You know how they do? They bought the streams and they tell you that this is one of the best albums this year. Don't nobody know a single song from that album? Come on, bro. Anyways, so the last artist I got is Mick Jenkins, right? And this one's a little bit shorter. Now, Mick Jenkins is a part of that crowd. I think there was this little crowd of like rappers, you know, kind of like around like 2018, 19, 2020, like, you know, the rappers that they're like the niggas that be performing outside and shit with the little puddle of people, and it's like, oh, like this is like this is the underground, like it's not real underground, but it's like the propagated underground, like the boiler room type rap. Exactly. Boiler room type rapping niggas, bro. They're saying shit, but they ain't saying shit, bro. So there's a video of Mick Jenkins talking shit about Isaiah Rashad. I like Isaiah Rashad. You feel me? I have my issues with him. Nothing to do with his character or anything. I'm talking about sometimes the music, you know what I mean? But you don't get to say nothing about him, Mick Jenkins. Listen, Mick Jenkins had a video where he was hating on him and he was saying that his music has no substance. He's saying, like, what's he really talking about and shit like that. But essentially, you listen to Mick Jenkins, he's not saying shit. He's one of the rappers who their verses are word salad. And then you look into it, it's like, this nigga is not really, it's not connecting. You know, you could make, just because you make entendres in your rap, it don't really connect with me like that. I don't feel it. But it's going to impress your average guy. Unfortunately, even like a lot of us dudes, like us brothers, we get caught up in that mix. We're like, yo, this dude is like, he's like Royce the 5'9" and this guy combined into one. Nah, but like, bro, when was the last time you listened to that album? That's the thing. Like, you ain't going to listen to that shit again. Like, you know what I mean? So Mick Jenkins was pointing at Isaiah Rashad, but it's really five fingers pointing back at Mick Jenkins because Mick Jenkins is irrelevant. Isaiah Rashad, I think Isaiah Rashad has the ability to craft like a catchy, he has 10 times the ability to craft a catchy joint. You know what I mean? Like, what's that song he got? He got, I shot you down, now your brain, you oh bitch ass nigga. That song that is called Shot You Down, better than anything Mick Jenkins ever dropped. But it be these niggas, they got gassed up by their little crowd. And I'm not gonna sit there and say white crowd, but that's really the people that hype them up. Those are the people that get behind the machines, and then they have them write all these articles on this, the new generation of lyricism. Man, we don't care, right? You know what I mean? It's cute on a little Spotify playlist, but dude, that shit ain't heat, bro. It's not heat, right? So, anyways, I'm cracking the 10-minute mark, but that's really the essence of the video, man. I kind of just wanted to break this down and kind of give my layout of what I think a performative rapper is, man. Just industry, you know, house slave shit, man. You know, but look, man, if y'all like the video, please show some love. My next video, Tochi left a comment asking about like kind of like my taste in music. I'm gonna drop another video for y'all kind of giving y'all like a sense of my palette a little bit. But other than that, man, I see y'all showing love. I really appreciate that. And I'll be back. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good one, all right? Be easy.